and keeping them from dumping garbage and trash on your county road. That has improved awful a lot, where your men don't have to be going out and picking up trash or dead animals. Also, a county commissioner must also maintain the courthouse, the justice center, and make sure that everything is in working condition. We just approved to repair the jail roof. That's over $600,000 that we have to do. Thank you.
Next question is for the Precinct 3 Justice of the Peace candidates. We're going to start at the far end of the table and work our way in. Similar question, what do you consider the primary responsibilities of the Justice of the Peace and why?
I consider that the biggest responsibility of the Justice of the Peace is to minister a fair, just, and efficient court, and that to be there for everyone that has business with that court. I've learned with my experience as mayor and other places that I've served that there's two sides to every story. So you want to be fair and impartial. You want to listen to what the people have to say, and then use well-rounded experience to make your decisions as to in the court. You want to be available for inquest. You want to be even-handed, no selective enforcement. And I think that my business background and my civic background will serve me well in that capacity.
Justice Court hears all fine-only Class C misdemeanors and traffic cases. The Justice of the Peace also adjudicates civil cases filed as small claims.
Put the mic closer.
Oh,
Can you
sorry.
hold that a little closer?
Just,
Hold the mic a little closer.
Justice Court hears all fine-only Class C misdemeanor, traffic, and criminal cases. The Justice of the Peace also adjudicates civil cases filed as small claims and debt claims up to a $10,000 jurisdiction. Other cases filed by citizens to be heard in Justice Court include evictions, repair and remedy cases, and deed restriction violations. A Justice of the Peace conducts inquests where deaths are unattended by medical professional. Judges perform magistrate duties such as advising arrestees of their constitutional rights and setting bail. A Justice of the Peace also conducts juvenile custody hearings for juvenile defendants and truancy and failure to attend a parent contributing to non-attendance cases. These duties are in place because of Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Government Code, Property Code, Transportation Code, Health and Safety Code, Education Code. Are any of these duties more important than the other? No. If you could sum up the essence of the importance of these, it would be so that justice is served.
The most important responsibility of the Justice of the Peace is not just one or two functions or duties in the court. It's the understanding of what each function entails and to be able to apply that function in making rulings that are fair, at the same time being stern as to what the intent of the law was, and to be and to rule with integrity and honesty, and to be impartial, regardless of who or what the feelings of the JP are about the case. The duties of the Justice of Peace are numerous, regardless of whether they're civil or criminal. Briefly, some of the rulings that have to be made by the Justice of the Peace are they rule on all complaints that are filed on by local law enforcement, such as the constables, the Sheriff's Department, Department of Public Safety, Texas Alcohol Commission. And they can even rule on I'm sorry, I stuck his two fingers up and it kind of got me off track there. Even can rule on cases that are filed by the Parks and Wildlife. The JP rules on traffic violations in themselves are very numerous. And they issue judgments and fines, and they issue writs and habeas corpus and capias pro fines, and they issue arrest warrants and search warrants. And they conduct arraignments. They conduct arraignments for those that have been arrested they conduct arraignments for, I hate doing this, I'm gonna have to stand up. They conduct arraignments for those that have been arrested, so to determine that there's enough probable cause to keep, enough probable cause in order to keep a person that's arrested in custody. And in Wilson County, as Connie had mentioned, the Justice of the Peace acts as the coroner. And as the coroner, he investigates investigates deaths, arraignments, he orders autopsies, and it looks like I have to wrap it up here. All of the duties of this is basically what it all is all about. All of the duties of the Justice of the Peace are important. But to each litigant, the most important case is his case. So the most important thing I believe a Justice of Peace is duties are, is to rule fairly and.
Thank you. Final question, first round, is to the county treasurer candidates. What do you consider the primary responsibilities of the county treasurer, and how will you fulfill these?
My primary responsibility as county treasurer is the chief custodian of all county finances, which include receiving, keeping and accounting, and dispersing all monies belonging to the county. My office and the county auditor's office are working hand in hand to have a check and balance system in place where the county money is concerned. Another responsibility is payroll, which we have gone from paying monthly to biweekly. And I'm proud to say that payroll has always been to the bank on time. With payroll, I have to send 941s to the IRS and prepare W-2s and 1095-Cs. My office also balances and pays all group health and life insurance, deferred compensation, and all insurance premiums. We send quarterly reports to the state comptrollers, civil fees, drug specialty course, sexual assault, e-filing fees, and state court costs. I plan to partner with the Commissioner's Court, elected officials, and other department heads to implement new technology that will end up saving or making money for the county, such as a new credit card system that is in the final stages of being planned to let the county earn money each time a credit card is being used for purchasing. Thank you.
What I consider the primary responsibilities of the treasurer are serving as the chief custodian of all county funds, ensuring that all county revenue is received and deposited into the appropriate county depository, being the liaison between the county and the depository banks, maintaining records of all deposits and withdrawals, and reconciling bank statements, serving as the county's investment officer, preparing and submitting regular reports on county finances to the Commissioner's Court, and preparing the payroll. I will create checks and balances to ensure accuracy of the funds, verify the monies received and deposited balance at the end of every day, and make necessary corrections on a daily basis. Create a relationship with the bank to make sure that they are communicating with me to make certain that we are providing the county with the best possible rates for investments and loans. Review all the county funds and find better ways of investing the county funds. I would research and make recommendations to the Commissioner's Court on investments. Currently, the county is investing in CDs that are only earning an average of 0.383% over a 7 to 9 year period. I would look into paying reoccurring bills, water, gas, electric, internet, phone, etc. by credit card to earn cash back. And it could potentially earn the county an extra $5,000 per year by paying bills that way. Ensure that there is communication with the HR department and the treasurer's office by implementing checklists for in-processing and out-processing employees to improve consistency and ensure that all in and out processing requirements are met, such as ensuring all forms are completing I-9s, W-2s, 1090Cs. Ensure that employees are granted access to county online systems. For in-processing and out-processing, and make sure that they're removed when they're out from all systems when they out-process. All benefits are issued and removed to ensure that the county is paying only for current employee benefits. And ensure that all IRS forms are accurately and completed, submitted on time.
Next question will be for the county judge and precinct 2 commissioner candidates. What challenges do you see in providing services to the county as the population continues to grow over the next 5 to 10 years? How do you envision addressing these?
First, I would like to address services I've helped improve since I have been in office. These are services the county provides now. I have worked with the tax assessor collector and the appraisal district, implementing new software for the county, making it compatible with the appraisal district, streamlining the process, allowing the tax office to get updates immediately instead of having to import them manually. Also, consolidating the collection, so now when you pay your taxes, you only have to go to one stop to the tax office instead of having to go to multiple offices. We are now in negotiation with Phelps and other entities in Wilson County on a closed fiber network to connect cities, office buildings, schools, and power stations to upgrade speed and improve security in our technology system. I worked with Commissioner Fowle for Wilson County to take back control of our solid waste collection station, saving the county money and making hours and assistance more convenience for our citizens. I have worked with the Wilson County Veteran Service Officers to get Wilson County designated as a Purple Heart County, getting recognition for the many veterans living in Wilson County. I helped Wilson County Veteran Service Officer in communicating with Conley Memorial Medical Center on how the choice program can work so Conley Memorial Medical Center can better serve our veterans. Through these efforts, Conley is seeking to better serve our military retirees and active duty members and their families who have TRICARE Humana, thus making it convenient for our military community to use a hometown doctor and bring more medical dollars to Wilson County. With our governor and lieutenant governor both running on a platform of capping revenue from property taxes, any services the county provides in addition to what is already budgeted will have to be carefully planned and executed to stay within these strenuous guidelines. Governor Abbott's plan of a 2.5% revenue cap will limit Wilson County to a 1.25 cent on a $100 valuation, which would equal about $175,600. A quote from Governor Abbott's website: a revenue cap and lower rollback rate could work in concert to strenuously protect against tax increases. The governor is not taking into consideration the burden on trying to provide essential services and being hampered by a cap to funds needed to provide those services. Economic growth must be promoted, as Commissioners Court has established a commercial industrial review committee to help streamline the process and attract new business to Wilson County.
This is a great question, because if you don't already know that according to the Census Bureau, the population of Wilson County is expected to double to nearly 100,000 people by the year 2026. So among many other things that the county is responsible for doing, I picked just a few, there's not enough time to go over all of them. Building and maintaining roads, providing emergency services, and providing law enforcement. For the road maintenance, that's a major issue, especially with all the new subdivisions that are coming up. Every time you hit a pothole, it's a constant reminder that our roads are in disrepair. We need to consider other ways of managing our roads, establish guidelines that require developers to meet certain specifications that are established by the county. Also, do a comprehensive study by an independent source and determine if we need to start considering transition to a unit road system. That is known to save quite a bit of money across counties that have made that move. EMS, that's a huge challenge. We're lacking the leadership, the vision, and the strategic planning for the future growth that we're expected to see in this county. We need to do a feasibility study to determine our path forward, to see if which path is viable and most cost effective. I believe that countywide EMS is the goal, and we should be working towards that. Law enforcement, our deputies, they're lacking computers in their vehicles. That's a safety issue, not just for them, but for us as citizens. We need to work more effectively and efficiently with them to make sure that they're getting all of the funding that is available to them, including grants. They've lost out on some of those opportunities for various reasons. We need to provide incentives to our deputies so that they will stay here rather than using the Wilson County Sheriff's Office as a stepping stone into another law enforcement job with another department. Whether or not you want this population growth, it doesn't matter because it's on its way. We need to prepare for that.
Yes, I have to agree. Wilson County is one of the top 10 growing counties in the state of Texas. And it has grown tremendously in the last 8 years. And yes, since I've been on board as your county commissioner, we have improved the subdivision ordinance, and we have made stringent regulations. We have also have got an engineer on staff, not working for the county, but as a retainer to review all of our plans, which we didn't have before. And things are a whole lot more stringent now than was. We also have created a permitting program to create revenue for the county, which we didn't have before. Driveways, septic, development permits, anything that it takes to build a house, build a barn, needs to come through the county. Flood management program we've created that we didn't have before. And the growth is gonna be here. Since I've been county commissioner, we've have pay raised every year for the deputies. We've increased the vehicles. They got now 4 deputies on, plus a supervisor, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it's gonna be a very stringent or hard time to try to make the growth, just because of the cost it's gonna be effective to local taxpayers. And hopefully we can get some local businesses industrial. We're working now on an industrial park at the Mission Rail. Also, we had the Rancho Grande south of Floresville that's also has came in. We got some more new development that we've been talking to the last month or so. So it is, like Mrs. Galanco said, whether you like it or not, it's coming. We have to learn and join together. Thank you.
Many challenges come with the position of county commissioner. As the population of our county grows, so will its needs. I feel like some of the biggest challenges will be expanding fire protection, law enforcement, land use planning, and managing the roadways. We must be proactive in our planning strategies. Wilson County continues to offer a desired area of living, attracting more and more people each year. Our Commissioners Court will need to always consider the expected growth when budgeting and appropriating funds, as well as making future purchases. We need to make sure that the needs of our citizens are met, and if they are not, due to due to a population rise, then they can be met in a reasonable amount of time. In order to make the best use of our land for future, we must consider the best zoning strategies, especially for commercial usage. Usually with population growth, so does the need for more business. This will bring more jobs to Wilson County, and with that, more traffic. Our mileage of paved roads should be increasing each year and should continue to increase in order to provide for the growing county needs. Thank you.
Next question is for the county treasurer candidates. What financial experience will you bring to this role, and how will you employ it if elected?
My financial experience includes contracting, purchasing, accounts receivable, accounts payable, making budgets and executing them, reconciling and auditing bank statements. As a Department of Defense support contractor for over 26 years, along with my experience as president of HOA Association and Water Board Treasurer. I will employ it by, first, I will review all financial statements, investments, and loans to determine if the county funds are earning the highest yield possible. After reviewing the November 2017 Treasurer's Report, which is online, I believe that there is a lot that can be improved. Per the November 2017 Treasurer's Report, which is the most current report available online as of today, the county investment consists mostly of certificates of deposits and a tax pool account. The county has 6 CDs per November 2017 Treasury Report online, which are earning an average of 0.383%, and the term of these CDs is from 7 to 9 years, of which 4 of the CDs have matured 3 to 7 months ago. I'm not sure if they were reinvested or not, since this isn't a current treasurer's report. I did some research online and was able to locate a bank that is offering a 2.5% rate on a 12-month CD. If the current funds of the county had been invested in CDs, which of $587,136 were invested into a CD earning 2.05 for a period of 12 months, the county would earn $11,535.29 in interest over a 12-month period, opposed to only earning $13,658.41 over a 7 to 9 year period. The county has outstanding loans that are at a 5.2% interest. I would recommend negotiating a better rate with the bank and refinancing the loan if necessary, or looking into other types of loans such as collateral loans to get a lower interest rate. I would also review the bank account to see how we can improve our rate of return, find out if the county funds can be put into a sweeping account, which is a bank account that automatically transfers amounts that exceed or fall short of a certain level into a higher interest earning investment option that at the close of each business day to maximize our rate of return. There are lots of opportunities to make better investments and to make wiser choices with the county funds, and I am committed to doing research to find them and implement them instead of being complacent and doing business as usual.
One of the biggest financial experiences that I will bring is that I have served as county treasurer for the past 12 years and can bring a lot of education, knowledge, and plenty of everyday experience to the role. As county treasurer, I act as chief liaison between the county and the depository bank. In this capacity, I maintain records of all deposits and withdrawals and reconcile all bank statements, making sure that they are accurate and the safety of the county funds are met. I have successfully negotiated 5 depository bank contracts. As county investment officer, I research, manage, and monitor sound investments, and my investment strategy is always safety first, liquidity second, and yield as third. In order to remain the county investment officer, I must attend County Investment Academy, which provides 15 hours of continuing education for investment officers. In addition, I am also required to obtain continuing educational hours by an institution of higher learning. I have attended over 500 hours of trainings, seminars, and conferences to keep up with current trends and changes that go along with my duties. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question for the Justice of the Peace candidates. What is your priority if elected to office, and how do you propose to achieve this?
My priorities would be to run an efficient and a fair court, just as the past JPs have done. Have done a heck of a job in there, and just do as prescribed by law. The JP court is not, the JP position is not really a policy setting position like you would have with a judge or with a county commissioner, where they're trying to affect and make policies. It's a follow the law type of position. So I would want to be impartial as a judge. I think my business background in real estate, I've been a real estate broker for over 25 years. I do real estate developments, and I have continuing education that I have to take, which is ethics and legal courses in real estate. So I think that my business background will help me in the civil matters. And then you just want to be fair and listen to both sides. When I was mayor, I remember I had a predominant lady come up and complain about how the police officers were treating her. And she was really adamant that this police officer was rude to her, and she did not deserve that. So, I didn't want to get all my exercise by jumping to conclusions. I went to the police chief, which I have oversight duties on the police chief and the public works and the administration, and I asked him about the matter, and he showed me the tape. And one thing the lady neglected to say is for 15 minutes before that officer ever said anything, she was wearing him out verbally. So there's two sides to every story. And the officer was very patient and handled himself, I think, as a professional. So that's what I'm saying. There's two sides to everything. You got to get the facts. You got to listen. Again, my business background, I think will help me in the civil side of it. And my overall experience will help me to be a fair and impartial judge.
It goes without saying that to ensure that justice is served should be any judge's priority. To do that, a judge must firmly hold to the doctrine of innocent until proven guilty in criminal cases, and in every case, proceed with no predisposition towards one party or the other. In addition, a firm understanding of the law that would apply to the case at hand is essential. On a more personal level, I would like to strive toward the ideal of any person coming into my courtroom or office being able to leave with their dignity intact. That would begin with a well-ordered courtroom environment and end with wisely chosen words. And when appropriate, I would like to ensure that people leaving my court are able to depart with an improved understanding about our justice system, more improved than when they came in, more likely to make better decisions and become better citizens. Thank you.
My priority is to become the best justice of the peace possible and to be able to serve the citizens of the community to the best of my ability, making rulings that, as stated earlier, are fair but stern and with integrity, honesty, and to be unbiased, to bring justice to the court as well as compassion when needed, to make rulings according to law that make the community safer. I want to work with the juvenile system to be proactive in programs that help not only the youth that have gotten into trouble, but also work with the community to lead other youth away from that which will lead them to the juvenile detention or juvenile probation or even into the justice system, criminal justice system, excuse me. I want to work closely with law enforcement to help remove the dangerous criminal from the streets by ensuring any warrants that are applied for contain the correct probable cause before issue, so that evidence collected when the warrants are served are not thrown out during trial for bad form or content, and during arraignment proceedings that there is enough evidence and probable cause to hold those arrested for trial. I want to help ensure the streets and highways in the community become safer by ensuring that dangerous driving is dealt with by assessing punishment with not only fines but also with community service that not only prevent those convicted of violations of repeating, but will also deter others from driving dangerously. Helping the community and ensuring the safety of the community will be my top priority.
Next question will also be for the Justice of the Peace candidates. Justice of the Peace is required to budget for his or her department. What financial experience do you bring to this role, and how will you employ it